Yes, welcome everyone. Another video here from the Tokyo Real Estate Man. However, today's video's topic is a slightly different one, and you'll see here if you know this is a picture of Granville Street in Vancouver, and I'm in basically Granville Street half the year, and I'm in Tokyo half the year. I just work in both right now. But basically, my kids, my daughter's in going into junior high school, and my son is a high school student. It was just a goal of mine and my wife's for our kids to go to school in the West, and that's why I'm here in Vancouver. We started on the thing of Vancouver, and I've been in basically the car business for about 35 or 40 years since I was a young man, and I'm in it sort of again in a deeper way. You see that I do have this picture here on my Instagram. It's there for a reason. First of all, I love these colors, but I ship a lot of cars, and I'm in the car shipping business. I recently, not in a big way, my main business is definitely real estate. But while I'm here in Vancouver, I always have time, and people I always like to meet and chat with people, and I like cars. This is, for example, a car that I just imported here into Canada. This is a Suzuki Carry from a dealership that I know in Gifu, and they buy these really cool low mileage K trucks that I like, and they paint them, and they get. He always gets four-wheel drive ones, and just imported this one. I brought it to the inspection process, and it's sold. So basically, I'll bring stuff in. I'm in Japan 2 months for 2 months from next month. So I'll probably buy two or three cars then, and I'll import them to Canada and I'll sell them. But at the same time, I always have customers asking for cars, and I will also import those and sell them too. So both. I will work as a broker to find cars for people. And then get it. Basically, if I work as a broker, it's going to cost about $1,200. It's going to cost $1,200 for me to broker, and then it's going to cost another 500 for me to pay the exporter to do all the work in Japan, as well as transportation. And transportation for the shipping is going to be between $3,000 or $4,000 right now, depending on the vehicle size and the situation that it's in Japan. Domestically. Anyway, we'll look at some stuff here. We'll just so much to talk about when we're doing it. Come here to my Instagram. That's kind of why I put on a lot of these pictures in my Instagram. I don't really have a resume because I've been an independent businessman for a long, long time now. As you can see, I'm located here in Vancouver, and I put this thing here on purpose. Should you ever want to talk to me about bringing a car in, I'm always free for meetings because I will not buy a car unless someone puts up a deposit and you're very serious about it. I don't mind chatter and looking into the marketplace for a little bit and finding like a good sample in the Japanese dealership market space and to send you a sample. But yeah, I just do it. This is a business I do, and I'm a businessman with it. So I'm always free to meet if, and I own an apartment here in downtown Vancouver, and you can see the Hotel Vancouver is right there, right there. On here on my Instagram right here, there's all kinds of little car stuff. That of course is me looking very there's my Volkswagen Bus. I don't really run that business anymore. This is a Delica, a silver Delica. I brought two silver Delicas into Japan. This is me in Japan loading a container uh, of Delicas that were shipped back to Canada, and I sold them. So there's two kinds of way of shipping. You can ship what's known as row, and the previous one, the carry, I shipped that one into New Westminster, and that roll means roll on, roll off. But this is different. This is container shipping. So I can, if you want a few vehicles, I could ship a container, and then what happens? It would come in the case of Vancouver, the container would come in here to Vancouver. My shipper is Maersk, and then Maersk would bring them to my guys in Richmond, Chad, and those guys in Henry who work in Richmond, and they'll do the drayage and unloading. Drayage is the word for unloading containers, basically. They'll do the drayage and unload the containers in Richmond. You can pick you up your cars in Richmond as well. You can see right there. You see Maersk on the car. This is a car that I saw in Akihabara when I was on the streets. It's a 2021 Delica. This is, of course, is that first silver one that I brought into Canada, and it passed the test. And there it is again on the streets of Robson Street, right there. Anyway, there's different kinds. If you're interested in a car in Japan, you're welcome to contact me. This is a little K van that I brought in, and here's a picture of it in Chiba right there. I think I'll probably have some like before and after pictures coming up soon. This is a K truck that I imported to Canada to a man in Richmond. Another Delica 400 series that I brought in for a customer from Alberta. There's cars after. This is I talked briefly about the Chad and Henry in Richmond, and the drayage. These are the boys in Richmond. This is their warehouse, and that's where it would be right there. I also work with Mark, a customs broker as well. If you want to use a customs broker as well, because some of the paperwork has recently got more difficult. I could go and talk about a little bit about this while we're looking at this video right here. Uh, when you export a car from Japan, you need, and I have two exporters. I have one in Nagoya, and I have one in Tokyo, where he lives actually in Chiba, in Kashiwa, Chiba. And then you need, firstly, this. He prepares all the export documents. Okay, this is a Delica, by the way, that I have coming to Canada, and what Sahib would do, or what Richard would do in Nagoya, is they prepare the car and they move it to the port for shipping and stuff like that. Once it gets to Canada, you have to go to the Canadian Border Services Agency, okay? Because this car is going to be in your name, okay? You previously had to do what was known as the B3, but it's not the B3 anymore. They have a new kind of this was the easier way, but they have a new sort of protocol, what's known as a CARM, which is, I forget what the exact word of it. It's called a commercial accounting declaration. This is another delicate I brought in and into Canada, and I sold that as well. We can do a lot of sort of work, a little kind of things that's cheaper to get in Japan than it is in Canada, and that includes getting the Department of Transport tires are really cool, Japanese rims and stuff like that to make your car cool. There's lots of stuff that we can use. My export agent, particularly one in Chiba, Sahid, because he's really deep into the car business, a little bit deeper than Richard is. But it's good to have a man in Nagoya because there's a lot of good deals from Nagoya, and just how the shipping pattern works. Like, although that there's less sort of shipping actually comes from Nagoya than it does from less from Nagoya than it would be Tokyo or Kawasaki. And this is also, we provide you a translation for the export document. This is another high ace that I brought into Canada. And this is again that this is actually my Delica that's right now in Chiba. I think it'll be in some episodes of while I'm in Tokyo next month. I do have some real estate customers, so I might be picking you up in my sky blue Delica right there. This is a Delica that I saw in Chiba in Kashiwa while I was there. I just thought it was really cool. This is again the recent K truck that I brought into Canada, and I have it here at the inspection garage in Surrey with my man Latka, who works at a place called European Auto. Oh, here's some real estate stuff. This is actually my penthouse in Shibuya, right near Shibuya Station. I think I was painting the floors that day. I'll come back to this one here. Anyhow, because this video here is about shipping cars. So I'm kind of going to call this video your man. This is all the kinds of, I'm familiar with the entire process of it. This is called, I think it's called the C1. Yeah, you get this from the Canadian Border Services Agency. So if you do choose me to bring something into Canada, I can bring and help you through the process. Whether that's a row. If you want just a singular car, we'll probably bring it in on row. If there's a few cars you'd like, you have some friends that want cars together, we can do container shipping as well. This is a receipt that I got for a car that I brought into Canada from a Japanese dealership, and this is the recent receipt that was provided by my export agent in Japan to me, so that I know how to do the protocol for, especially for Vancouver or people in British Columbia. If you want to buy a car from Japan, I just know how to do it and make the process really smooth for you. I also have some really cool people that I work with in the after it's passed the inspection, stuff like that, in terms of insuring the car and making the process really smooth, because they've just gone through the process of insuring cars with me lots of times before, so we can go through the process, and they know me. Anyway, this is just a little video about my little side business here, but it's a business I really enjoy, the car business, and I do get inquiries all the time, and I wanted to make a video that I can send to people to explain the services of what I do, which is basically brokering and dealing with an export agency and setting up the shipping and buying the car for you in Japan. So if you're interested in that, you're welcome to come here to the Instagram here right there. Tokyo Real Estate Man, which of course is my. I guess I'm losing my. I have to reset this page here. Tokyo Real Estate Man. This is my red van. They'll always be the symbols for my company. I think until I saw. I'm thinking about selling the red van because I'm not really doing the apparel business much anymore. Tokyo Real Estate Man website for my Instagram. Failing that, you can come here always to my website, Tokyo Real Estate Man, and I always say that. I'm not sure this contact box is is always working. So what I've done here on the site is you can just give me an email directly to my Yahoo right here. Going forward, I'm gonna do maybe once a week some car videos on this real estate channel. Okay, I could have an independent car channel coming out soon, but I don't mind to intermix them because behind this channel is also me, and this is kind of what I do. And it's mostly going to be a real estate channel, but from time to time, I'm going to do some car stuff on this channel as well. So, anyway, thank you for taking the time to watch another video here from me, the Tokyo Real Estate Man. I wonder which, I guess, given given today's subject of the video, I guess we could end it on my van here going through Shibuya. That's my Volkswagen bus right there. I don't know what I did that day to rig the camera in front of my van to go through the streets of Shibuya. So yeah, I really like cars, and I really like cars. And I'm here in Canada, so I'm your man in van for JDM. Your JDM man in van. Anyway, thank you for taking the time to watch another video from the Tokyo Real Estate Man. いつもこのチャンネル見てるのファンとか、まあファンじゃないの人も問題ない。プラスコメントでも、マイナスコメントでも問題ない。コメントして、プラスマークしてください。もう終わりです。その動画で、ここで、これから、もうここで終わりです。